What is going on YouTube tonight? We're hanging out, doing some farming perhaps. Okay, let's do some duels though. $10,000 last night. 17,000. Alright, let's look for some punks to fight. Let's look some punks. Well, this guy. Sephiroth. When I see Sephiroth, I want to attack Sephiroth. Alright, let's slaughter Sephiroth for some free points. This should be easy kill. Got my guys running around. One thing I think I should do is though, I should move the tank to the top spot. Cause I feel like, oh man, so much for easy kill. What's going on? Why did the team just, why did Ayaka just stand there and get slaughtered? What? Wow, what if I lose to this team? No, I don't think so. I could be dead. I meant my Ayaka, but hey. I think that a lot of people are probably just doing raid tonight. Very interesting. I think I should actually switch to a heavy hitter, but I don't have a heavy hitter though. Let's switch to since we're gonna mess around, let's switch to this. I have like literally no attack power though. We'll give it a shot. Why not, right? Oh, that's not good. Leaping into the air. I think he's gonna miss. This is a lot of buffs. Taunting Blade. Alright, Taunting Blade is up. Let me get some piercing action though. Stop resist. The regen is done. That's just not enough damage. 92 damage, nice. 92 solid damage, guys. That was insane. I'm gonna lose this fight because of the fact that I'm gonna have not enough HP. Can I get that pierce in there though? Stand still, fool. Oh no, the regen. To him for 1,000. Okay, now they're switching up targets. Oh no, silence. So she is definitely not ready for some arena action. Not ready for arena, guys. Not ready for arena. Boom, dead. Alright, that's enough. That team that team isn't really all that fancy smancy. Why would you use Mont as your other tank-ish kind of unit? But it's unfortunate that my wind unit isn't good enough. Let's see if we can. Alright, we're gonna have to attack this team just for the hell of it. For the smell of it. We want that. Yeah, let's go with that, right? We must attack Eldara because we have to. Eldara is fun to kill. Let's kill some Eldara action. What's going on, fellas, tonight? What's going on? I think people are farming pretty hard because of the Ifrit raid. Everybody wants that, wants all those UR items. Alright, so much for Eldara. Sayonara. Oh, got the stop in there. Ooh, comment in the face. I just commented. This is a blowout. Dang, how did she get that stun? She got the stun and the stop. She's just a beast. But now she has run out of things to do. Here comes Holy. Nope. I thought I was gonna finish up with Holy. The beatdowns. I'm gonna just get some farming in. It is kind of early though because it's 8:30 my time, so a lot of people are probably hanging out, eating dinner or whatever. So the entire squad is here. What does he got going on here? Why not? Let's go for it. We gotta go for it, right? I mean, it's Final Fantasy Tactics squad. I wish there was 5 units in PvP, like special PvP. They should have a special PvP where you can use 5 units. That'd be kind of sweet. I think people would just take the entire Final Fantasy Tactics squad. Here's my doggy if you guys want to see my doggy. Hey doggy. Hey dog. He's really dark and the chair is really dark, so unfortunately he gets covered up. Good morning, Ranti. How are we doing tonight? Alright, it's morning over there, isn't it? So good morning to you. Just hanging out, man. I did my fair share of farming earlier today. Triggered a bunch of raid. Can't say I like it at all today. Arise, my champion. Yikes. Well, Ayaka did her job, right? Can we kill somebody? These guys are awfully tanky. Wow, that's GG, folks. We just got slaughtered by a bunch of level 70s. Judgment Blade. Wow, that's a lot of damage. The sad part is they're not even hitting that hard. But they're all pretty fast. That's okay. I don't mind losing to teams like that because, you know, it's all for fun. I did reach 10K last night almost. No, I was actually a little bit above 10K, so didn't hit the 10K mark, but last one. Mana is just, I'm sorry, Mana is pretty garbage now. Maybe I should switch him to do something else for me instead. It's like it frustrates me that I lose sometimes because it's pretty clear that some of these people in this game are whatever, man. It's no big deal. I think there's definitely discrepancy in terms of units and their power in this game. We gotta get some revenge, right? Let's get some revenge. Let's beat up somebody that's a little bit lower level. I can't fight any of the strong guys anymore. Delita might be ready soon. It's very frustrating because the game itself, you have to do a lot of farming and leveling up. Why is she going up by herself? I don't understand that at all. And these damage is so bad. Like, why is my damage so bad? I give up, man. I don't understand what the hell is going on. I give up. I lost to a bunch of level 70s. I think I'm just terrible at this game. I think it's honest to say that I suck at this game. I think in that sense, I should have moved my tank down. There's no way I should have lost to that team. But the damage wasn't there, so clearly they have really good gear. Right? That has to be the only way. Look at this, I'm wearing this garbage. How much hit points does she have? 2,956. I don't know what to say. I probably definitely don't belong in this area in terms of ranking. It's kind of frustrating sometimes because you're just thinking, did that level 70 Mediana just kill my whole team? I don't get it. I don't understand how she can't do enough damage with her holy skill. Let's take a look. It's maxed. It is pretty weak though, 350. Yeah, I think it has to do with the positioning. I think I should have moved my guys around, right? Whatever, man, who cares? One thing I learned is don't dwell on shit, because if you do, you're in for a lot of hurting. Alright, let's do some farming. Let's do some farming, because when you suck at this game, all you can do is keep farming, right? I think I'm going to be farming some spears later this week. But remember my routine, 13 days here, only 6 days here. So we got to keep going. Let's get ourselves that sword. Yes, it's morning here in Indonesia. I still haven't visited Indonesia, by the way. That was supposed to be sort of on the map. You know, we were doing an Asia tour, and Indonesia was supposed to be coming up in our rotation. But so if you guys want to join, it's 51510. I'm gonna get on my main account here, my Spender account, and then log in and farm some Coral Sword. But these are some trashy ass these are some trashy ass things here. Let's switch it up. Let's switch that. So this is the team this is the team I'm doing E-free because I don't have any fire. Wait. I don't have any water units to do magical damage, right? And I don't really have a lot of slashing attacks to chain either. So I'm kind of in a bind here. So this is the team I'm going with. Obviously, I think I was using this for extra crit. Yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter, but the point I'm trying to make is raiding is very hard and very obnoxious if you don't have the right units. It's so frustrating, right? Here's the frustration part of it. It's fine if you solo things, right? You can get up to a certain point. But once you start joining other people's games and you don't have the proper units, they're gonna just boot you. So you're pretty much never gonna advance. And that's unfortunate because these raids are horribly designed. Because if you don't have specific units, you're just shit out of luck. Because the people who are so far ahead are gonna be even farther ahead because they're gonna get much better gear. Like today I was farming earlier and this Mediana had a +5 Alexandrite ring and a +5 platinum robe. I'm pretty sure I know that person too. So, and many of you guys know it's very hard to get that many recipes, right? To get a +5 you need 63 recipes. So that means that person farmed 63 recipes of the robe and 63 recipes of the ring. Yeah. So that's telling you something, right? It's all good though, because if people do what they do, then they deserve to get what they get, right? Good or bad. So let me hop in here. So you guys are all, like I said, you guys are welcome to jump into the room. I'm about to get my guy in there too. So this is Coral Sword, right? You could do it with 2 people easily. I'm gonna do it with 2 if no one's jumping in, by the way. Yeah, the Coral Sword and the Mace have been pretty bad. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes if you guys want to join in, or maybe you guys are triggering your own raid. If not, we can just go ahead and farm it up a little bit. So here's what I'm thinking. I don't think I'm going to go too hard on the raid. I thought about going, but I just don't see myself getting too far. I don't have a water unit. I suppose I can bring rain, but I think I have to kind of like perhaps work it out with my guildmates to see if there's some farming action they're doing. I think that's the other thing I suggest you guys do, right? If you have a good guild, make sure that you get in Discord or whatever communications you guys use. Really try to like help each other out, because I know there are a lot of people, they work with each other with their guildies and their guildmates, and they get a lot of farming done. Like this one guild, they were like farming hardcore. I think everybody got +5 of the items. Now here's the way I look at it is those items are really good. Like I saw today's Mediana had 3,200 hit points. Hey Dre, how you doing? 3,200 hit points for a Mediana, that's pretty good. And on top of it, you saw earlier, like sometimes you just can't do enough damage to kill them. And if they can survive just with a tiny bit of life left, they can kill you. And that's pretty much the turn of battle right there. That's the tide. That's the game right there. Sometimes the gear can actually outshine your level, right? I had level 99 and theirs was like what, level 70? And they probably had really good gear that I couldn't kill them with one shot. And I think they also had some, maybe they were wearing a lot of spirit gear. So ideally, I guess you shouldn't really attack units that are magic with magic, because it doesn't make sense, right? Because if you don't kill them, chances are they're gonna kill you. I'm good, just bored at work. Very nice. Wait, are you in the States, Lord? And by the way, welcome to the stream. Are you in the States? We're just gonna go then. And by the way, Dre, you can actually switch to any unit you want, to be honest. We can just farm some experience as well. Oh, okay then. Well, welcome to the community. It's a pretty good community. There's a lot of good content creators and there's a lot of good information out there. So I'm not sure where you're at with all that, but yeah, there's some suggestions I can make in terms of content creators. And of course, there's some websites that I can suggest to you as well. But very good game, obviously. I've been playing I've been playing for 5 months. Actually, no, almost 6 months. Philadelphia, okay, very good. Sorry about the Eagles, man. They're not looking too good this year, perhaps. If you're into football, that is. 3 weeks, wow. You're a fresh meat. I guess that makes sense because you probably joined in right at Final Fantasy Tactics, right? It's probably what drew you in. But yeah, this stage is actually really easy if you just use 2 people. So when I use 2 Mediana, I can get it done in like roughly 2 minutes per run. So that's 30 runs an hour, right? Alright, man, I'll save you the headache then. I'll save you the headache. It's all good, right? It's professional sports. The beauty of sports is you never know what's gonna happen. And you guys already won a Super Bowl recently, so I don't think there's anything to worry about right there. So I noticed, like, if you have good solid units, it's actually faster to farm with less units because of the fact that your units would take more turns. So when your units are taking more turns, you're gonna ideally kill faster comparatively to, say, 4 units in multiplayer. Then it will take significantly longer time because of the animation switching. One thing I notice about the time saver is the fact that each unit takes their sweet ass time, right? Look at that, I already got the host bonus. So I'm at 61, so what I'm gonna do is, when I hit 63, I'm just gonna switch it out. I'm gonna have my main account host to get the bonuses. Because I don't need more than 63 recipes. There's no reason for me to make 2 coral swords. Actually, when I hit 63, I might just switch to platinum mace. Yeah, you guys are up pretty high, man. People are talking about how Wentz is actually overrated. I wouldn't go as far as say he's overrated. I definitely think he's a great quarterback. I just feel like the management made some bad decisions. I honestly didn't agree with their decision making after they won the Super Bowl. But I'm not a professional, right? So I can't really say that. Hindsight is always, it's always easy to say things after it happened. Anyone's a pro after it happens. But I feel like Agrias is really strong in arena, and Delita is pretty strong in arena right now. We don't have too many ways to kill those. Water just ain't cutting it. Water's just not cutting it in this game right now. We're really lacking water units. So I think Delita might run around and do some nasty stuff to people. In hindsight, I probably should have went after Delita too. Yeah, hit 63, move on. Unless, of course, you're needing more materials. That's the only problem I see. Keep continuously farming, but I think I have enough materials to get to 63. So yeah, Wentz is definitely probably a better fit somewhere else. And I think the quarterback before him, right, the one that got benched and then, you know, Wentz got injured and then he won the Super Bowl. I think he was a much better fit. And I think when they got rid of him, I think they made the wrong move. And it seems like Wentz is pretty susceptible to injuries. I'm gonna have to see what materials I need to make this coral sword, right? We need the thunder. We need the lightning, the little lightning piece. And I believe it's 5 shot per. I don't have it. I didn't get it that time. I think you need 5 lightning, so the 5 lightning times 63, that's a lot. You need 300 plus to make the sword plus 5. And I think that's gonna be the problem. You're gonna have extra recipes then. I wish you could trade recipes for something else in this game. I'm pretty sure they'll give it to us eventually. Like I can trade a coral sword for a platinum mace. That would be kind of sweet, right? So I think I'm having a lot less luck with the platinum mace farming, because eventually I do want to make a mastery. I do want to build her. She just seems fun to play with. So any units you're looking for in the future? You know what, Lord? I get asked that question quite a bit, but one unit I'm really looking forward to is Kain from Final Fantasy IV collaboration that I think just finished in Japan. I'm really looking forward to that unit because 1, he looks pretty cool. 2, he's a piercing unit, which there's not a lot of piercing going on in global. But once that wave of units come through, we're gonna see some piercing action. And piercing is really good against like tanky units and things like that. So I think in Japan, they were kind of swinging away from using a lot of tanks because of the fact that piercing units are running around everywhere. Kind of like what we're facing now, right? Right now on global, we're gonna be dealing with Agrias. We're gonna be dealing with a lot of Agrias, a lot of Delita, a lot of perhaps Mustadio. That combination of a lot of status ailments is very powerful. And those units are actually pretty tanky. So if your equipment just can't keep up against them, they're gonna like break through your defense and just start slowing you down. They're gonna start stopping you. They're gonna be doing like disables. Those 2 units are pretty strong, man. Agrias and Delita are pretty strong. But I think Delita eventually falls off. But Agrias maintains her strength in the game in terms of arena and PvP. But in PvE, those 2 are very good in addition to anyone's account. So that's what I'm talking about right there. This thing right here. This thing right here. Lightning Crest. So you're gonna need 300 of these bad boys, right? So if you need 300, that means I have to keep farming even if I have 63 recipes. That's just how it is. That's how the game is designed. Doesn't matter if you have 63 recipes, because you need tons of those lightning things. And you guys realize there's 5 different things to farm right now, right? We got the spear, we got the fist or the claw, we got the coral sword, we got the platinum mace, and then we have a rerun of the 2 other items, which is the golden helm and the smart coat. The smart coat and the golden helm are combined into one run. So there's 5 things you're farming for. 6 things, technically speaking, if you want to go that detailed. Can you imagine this? We have a raid going on, which is farming more recipes. And on top of 5 to 6 other things we have to farm. Now, Lord, you're a... Hey, what's going on, Sean? How you doing, man? So look, check this out. Lord is a new player. And now he's faced with a decision to make. Do I farm 1 out of the 6 items? You only get 1 week to farm 50% of those items, right? So if you're going to go raid, you got to go hard in. You got to go really hard, or else you're not going to be able to get what you want out of it. First of all, it's 5 rainbows times 5,000 apiece. That's 25,000. Ideally, if you have the right units, that's actually not bad. But then you got to farm a ton of recipes. That's where the time and the grinding comes in. You'd be grinding level 150s for a long time, right? Maybe like 3-4 days. And that's if you have 3 other good players to do it with you. So the people are at that level right now. They're so far ahead in the curve that it's not even funny anymore. And that's what's irritating the hell out of me right now. It's like, I have to make this decision. Now, how many hours of this farming is this? In 1 hour, we can do 30 runs, maybe 40 runs if you have a really solid team, right? Let's say you use 2 copies of Eldyra and they farm boom, 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 like 1 minute runs. You can farm 60 runs. That's still not enough. You have roughly 6 to 9 items you're potentially farming for, guys. 9 items in 1 week, in 2-week period. That's ridiculous, man. Gumi and Square Enix needs to seriously back off of giving us so many events at one time. It's very overwhelming. Now, I understand that my perception is this, right? You're supposed to have patience in this game. Ideally, you don't need to hardcore any event at the time of the event because they're always most likely going to come back. Let me rephrase that. They're always going to come back. So if that is the case and you don't go hard enough each time, though, you're going to be behind in terms of where you need to be, quote unquote. But we also have to evaluate how many people actually have this much time to play this game. What are the developers thinking? I don't understand. Hey, Quat, how you doing, man? Like, what are these people thinking, right? Exactly what's in their mind thinking? Well, let's supply the player base with 5 different things to farm. On top of it, let's give them a raid. I don't understand the concept behind it. You know what I mean? Like, this is not me griping by any means. This is just me stating the clear-cut facts. There is literally 9 items that you have option to farm for this week. 9 of them. I guess the only thing that I could support that concept is the flexibility in that, right? For example, nobody likes strikers, right? Nobody likes strikers. So no one's going to be farming the claw, most likely. And people say it's a piece of crap anyways. But the only reason you will farm for it is to go for those specific rare items. I believe it's the wolf teeth or the wolf claws or something. They're really rare to get. So you have to farm it to get that, right? Let's say you're just doing that. Then that means you're pretty much negating the coral sword, the platinum mace, the spear, and then maybe even passing up on the raid. So that is a lot of stuff that we're technically speaking missing out on. But the thing is though, if you don't have units that can utilize those recipes, then there's no real reason to farm them. And oh yeah, by the way, we also have the books to farm as well. Yeesh. I guess in many ways though, I'd rather have, I guess if you think about it, I'd rather have the choices than no choices. Because if you're playing a game, you gotta have an option, right? You gotta be able to choose to do what you want to do. Look at that, guys. There we go, recipe. 63 recipes. But they gave us an equipment bundle plus 3 in the shop. But is that bundle still in the shop? Like, if that is still in the shop, then it's worthy of purchasing for sure. I will definitely buy the plus 3 bundles. Are they giving us the bundle for everything? I should probably check that out soon. I think after this run, I'm gonna check it out because I'm gonna switch to farming the mace, and then I'm gonna calculate exactly how much material I need to make the sword. It's clear that I have the materials for the recipes, but it's the materials that you need to farm. And the other thing is, I'm playing with 2 accounts, which is very obnoxious. Just imagine you have to do the tower 6 times. Oh, good lord. I didn't do it 6 times, but I did it 5 times. Wait, is the platinum helm even any good? Anybody made it yet? I probably should have looked it up before I started the stream. And I really need another monitor. The platinum helm uses paid visuals. What? So this game is going the let's help out the spenders even more. Let's check it out after this run done. We need to see exactly what we need to make the recipe, and then let's go from there. I think they want to make it like a premium, right? Because all the platinums, anything with the word platinum, is a UR quality. So they want those to make those premium quality. Hi Alpha, how you doing, buddy? How is the new guild, by the way? I'll be there tomorrow. I know, right? That's what I'm saying, dude. Totally confused. There's so many things to do right now in the game. And don't get me wrong, I think many games out there, they're probably like shutting down their servers. Wish they probably did this route where they gave us a lot of options. But when you... Hey, sorry, Dre. We're gonna cut this one short. Hey, Kyle. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thank you, by the way, Dre, for joining the room. So, Chong, I wasn't gonna release this information until I was 100% sure, but my older guild is merging with another guild. So I'm consolidating my free-to-play account and my spender account on one guild, because I think everyone from both guilds were just wanting to have more people to play with, and so to speak. And I really felt attached to my guild, so I didn't want to leave if something other people weren't on board with. So everyone's on board with joining forces with the other guild. So we're combining 2 smaller guilds into one big guild. And the leadership isn't really changing. So I feel very comfortable doing it. I feel like it's a good move because now we can have a little bit more challenging battles. We're probably gonna like do platinum. That's why I felt like I need to move my spenders over. But there's a lot of spenders in the 2 smaller guilds combined, and there's some more, I guess when you want to say more free-to-play players, but they're more like involved in the game, right? I don't want to use the word hardcore, but they're more involved. You know, they have a little bit of time to play the game. So it's kind of like everyone's roughly on the same page in terms of what they want. So it's a good move, I think. Yeah, I think a lot of people eventually gonna have to make that move. See, I don't have a guild. But let's check out what you guys are referring to, because this is a good time for me to learn. I feel like my streams are the perfect time for me to learn a lot from the community, from you guys, from the viewers, because there's a lot of stuff I don't pay attention to when I'm playing the game. I feel like I have ADD, because when I'm playing the game, I'm trying to do like 20 things at once. I can't actually just sit down anymore and like just stare at the screen and concentrate doing something for a long time anymore. It's hard for me to do. All right, let's check it out. Here it is. Platinum +3. So wow, let's see. Platinum +3 would be 2 + 2s. So that's 4. That's 15 recipes for 1,000 paid gems. 1,000 paid gems is roughly, that's like $20. Hi Al, how you doing? Or is it AI unknown? I'm gonna call you Al because it looks like Al to me. Yeah, I know, Quack, but we've been talking about it quite a bit, and we actually been conversing with each other in Discord, the two guilds, and I think everyone's on the same page. And I have to give a shout out to my guildies, by the way. They've been very respectful and very like encouraging to me. They were really asking for my advice if I felt like we should make the move. And it sounded to me like a lot of them were saying to me that they wouldn't make the move unless I was totally on board with that. And like I said, I'm very thankful for them to give me that much respect. And I do feel like it's the right move to do though, because I think more people means more brainstorming, more theory crafting in Discord. And I've been learning a lot from my guildies. And of course, we have a lot of frequent flyers that come through our Discord. And it seems like the merge is heavily favored in the guild that I was in's favor, because we get to keep our Discord. So everything I'm really used to where everything is, and so far everyone's on the same page. A lot of them apparently watches. I mean, there's, like I said, there's only so many content creators, and everyone pretty much watch the same ones, right? Myself included, right? I watch a lot of the other content creators as well. So I think everyone's, you know, have the same mentality, the same feeling, same approach towards the game. And I think that's healthy for the development of the game and of course, the development of the guild. Because right now isn't a whole lot of incentives in terms of guild, right? Other than you get to like hang out with other people. So the platinum mace, okay, so this is 1,000. Smart code 1,000, golden armor 1,000. Wait a second. Where's the coral sword? Why isn't there a coral sword? Hey Second, how you doing, buddy? Without that lazy farm, I think that's their way of giving out instant requests. The problem with merge is which group will hold the leadership. Yeah, we talked about that as well. Like, it's all worked out. Like, everyone has agreed upon the fact of who gets to do what and things like that. So, but I'll be honest, I was a sub leader and I didn't do anything. So to me, you know, it doesn't bother me one way or the other. It doesn't really, like, I wasn't doing anything with my power. I didn't even know what my power was. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I always felt like if I needed advice, I can go to my guild and get sound advice. You know, doesn't mean I have to follow what they're saying, but at least I know these folks are giving me good advice. And I think everyone's mature enough to handle whatever it is that we're doing right now, I feel like. And I also said that if it doesn't work out for whatever reason, right? Drama, non-drama, or some other crap, which I hopefully there isn't. So far, I haven't encountered any drama in this game, by the way, which is great. But if there is, then we can always fall back on the fact that we can go back and reform the old guild. So these are 25% of the way to +5. 1K. Busy or interesting. I know, right, Kyle? It is interesting. I paid for 20 pools. Thanks, Mr. I got Ildara and Engelbert card from it. Oh, nice. Wait, are you talking about you pay 20 pools? Oh, wait. Are you talking about these? You pay for these? And you got Eldira? Man, you lucky man. Oh, you got. Oh, so you're working in the computer field, Lord. You're a technician, like you're one of those tech guys, as they call them, tech guys. 25%, right? It is 25%, right? Because +3, you need 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's 25%. You're right. Good math there. 25% is 1K. Is that worth it? If I'm a spender, if I'm a heavy spender, you damn right I'm gonna do this. I wouldn't hesitate. Why doesn't it tell me what it does? This is one thing I don't understand. Why doesn't it tell me what it does? Anyways. This is probably worth it, right? Because imagine if they offer this to me 4 times, which obviously they're not because it's limited to 1. I will pay 4K. 4K is less than $80. So anybody here, see, look, he's a network engineer, right? And he works for a hospital. So he's probably getting really good money. What's $30? 40? No, let's say it's $60. What's $60 to him if he's working, right? And the sheer amount of time he saves with farming. This is how I look at it. This is how I look at it in terms of spending. And partially has to do with the idea that it's just the way I was brought up. My parents are the same. And I bet you $1 billion, everybody from my old countrymen are all probably the same. You got to think in terms of opportunity costs, okay? So let's say it takes me 1 day, which by the way, probably not even happening unless you have the units in the first place, okay? And you have to farm 15 recipes to get this +3 helm, which by the way, that's 30k of raid, okay? That's pretty hard to do, especially if they ninja nerf the triggering of the raid. So let's say this takes 3 days of work, which will take you roughly, let's say, I don't know, 15 hours of gameplay, 10 hours of gameplay. Let's say most people who have hold down a decent job, they make $25 an hour. 25 hours times 15, that's a lot of money you're making. So if I flat out drop 20 bucks on this, is it worth it to me? Absolutely, right? If you love something and this is your hobby, there's absolutely no reason not to support your hobby, even if you have to spend some cash. So the way I look at it, yes, I think this is worth it if you're spending. For the free-to-play players, then you have to evaluate, is this other stuff worth it? Platinum Mace, unless you own an Eldyra or maybe one of the other clerics, then I would say no, because you can farm it if you have the time. But if you're desperately and you need 25% of this, I mean, 1,000 gems isn't too bad, technically speaking. Especially at your progression rate, you shouldn't be working on 50 units anyways. I always say 10 units is more than enough. It's because, like, you know, they say you eat with your eyes and you don't eat with your stomach. So if you see like a buffet line, you want everything. You want a chicken wing, you want a piece of pizza, you want some prime rib, you want everything. But your stomach can only hold so much. And these things up here is basically your stomach, right? You can't sit there and grab everything you want. This ain't no buffet, right? This game is not a buffet. It's very limited. So unless you made that choice to get an Eldyra or build Mastery or some shit, getting a Platinum Mace to me is not worth the 1,000 gems. But if I had an Eldyra, absolutely is worth 1,000 gems. Right? You know what I'm saying? So Smart Coat, not a lot of people like this. I actually enjoy the Smart Coat. I'm thinking about getting a defensive one, because the barrier one isn't really doing anything for me, to be honest. Yeah, today we got a lot of free gems. And I think people have to really they have to really sit down. Like, I can't emphasize it enough. I think I can't wait for the day till I have like so many subscribers that the entire community is willing to listen to my opinion, that you have to literally evaluate what you're doing playing this game. You got to think about what you're doing. You can't be randomly making crazy decisions on a whim. I've done that already many times and I regret it. Just impulse moves, like boom, 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 just buying shit and summoning shit. Those are all impulse things. You have to have discipline. You have to have discipline in this game. So I think out of these three things, I would say the golden armor is worth it, because the golden armor is on brutal difficulty, right? And even though it's not that hard, it's just a pain in the ass. And sometimes you can actually fail. These two, actually Smart Coat is on brutal too. So this is the only one that's not brutal. So this one I don't think is worth 1,000. These two, I think they're worth 1,000 a piece. Because if you think about it, 4,000 can give you a +5 without any farming at all. You can't beat that, actually. Let me rephrase it. You do need farming. You still need farming, correct? You still need at least one recipe, because you will get... No, you still need 5 recipes. No, you still need 4 recipes. Right, 4 recipes to make the +5. Which is much easier to do. You would need to buy the equipment pass to max the stuff. It's possible. Smart Coat is what I use for delete. Don't farm Platinum Rope. Didn't farm. Yeah. Well, second, you weren't here earlier, but check this out. Hey, Koi, how you doing, buddy? Check this out, second. Today, I ran into a person who had a +5 platinum co, a +5 adamant ring. This person had everything +5. His Mediana was sitting at 3,200 hit points, dude. Can you imagine going against that unit in arena? You can't kill her. Because you'd be hitting her, she'll say, okay, cool story, bro. Boom. AoE, you kill your whole team. So yeah, honestly, I don't think I can, personally, I wouldn't pull the trigger on the smart code. Because that one is pretty easy to farm. The golden armor one, we don't have the golden armor one anyways right now, but if we did, that's still something I haven't farmed. I'm not a fan of the golden armor at all. I'm not a fan of it. Maybe I should get one though, because my whisper isn't high enough. My tanks, because the armor of light, I feel like I don't like the golden armor. I know I might get shunned on that, but that's just me. That's just me. What is this? Yeah, these are definitely, these are hit or miss. I think the seals are very nice. And by the way, I've been getting some horrible rolls on my equipment. I'm getting some horrible rolls, and it sucks, man. It really does suck. Look, I got the +2. I got the +2. I still got 7 hammers left. See, I still can't get it. That platinum mace purchase also adds. Yeah, that's true. You're right. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the golden armor at all. Like, I feel like, look, it eats up so much of these. The golden armor gives slash resistance though, doesn't it? The platinum robe gives missile resistance. At max, I believe it gives 10 missile resistance. The golden armor gives slash resistance. And one thing I learned is slash resistance is really, really good. So I think someone was talking about the iron plate, which I believe also gives slash resistance. And because slash resistance is physical damage, right? It's better to have a defensive iron plate with a +5 to give you slash resistance. And it's going to be much easier to farm these dumbass sorrowful hearts. Yeah, so slash resistance is really good with the defense in conjunction with slash resistance. But the problem is, if you're fighting Orlandeau, they ignore defense. So basically, you're just resisting the slash attacks. Because, you know, everyone have seen Cabbage's video where he takes 1 damage from everything. And I'm pretty sure he has the golden armor +5. Okay, you done for that. Let's go farm. I'm gonna farm some platinum maces because actually, you know what? Should we farm some spears? I have 100 of that, and I have 500 of that. Don't need that, by the way. Fist claws are terrible. See? Look at this. Wolf Fang. So this spear is very expensive to build. Hey Mario, how you doing, buddy? Greetings. Platinum armor gives +6 slash resistance. Wait, are you talking about platinum robe or platinum armor? You're talking about the platinum armor from PvP, right? -3 agi? I guess that's not too bad for a tank. I'm tempted to farm this for the Wolf Fang, because this Wolf Fang is very hard to get. Yeah, I can use Ice Brand, but I don't know when we're gonna get that. We haven't had it at all. Like, we haven't seen a rerun of that. I'm guessing soon though. But this one, people say it's supposed to be really good if you get the crit on it. And it is MR quality. So I think I'm gonna farm some of that later for sure. But let's do some Platinum Maces. I know everyone's been looking for this. So I'll go ahead and host. So if you guys want to join and let's farm some maces, guys. Yeah, I definitely need the Ice Brand. Because I need a better weapon for my Sasha. She was doing like literally no damage earlier. But I don't think she's finished either though. She needs some work. I'm gonna actually join in. If no one wants to farm with me, I'm just gonna 2-man it. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes if you want to join in or not. But I feel like if you got a bunch of +5 platinum armors, PvE is a lot easier because you get so much hit points, so much defense, spirit, etc, etc, etc. So iron armor gives +6 resistance. That's pretty good, right? The golden armor gives +15. So ideally, you should be building a +6 or +5 iron armor. It's super cheap to make. You can get it done in 1 day. And just keep holding on to that until you can get the upgrade with the golden armor, which may take you a while. Oh, you're farming the Brutal Coat? Yeah, no problem. Maybe I can do that later too. I want to farm some smart coats. I think that's how the game was designed, right? You're supposed to start off with like rare items and then move to SR items, then get some MRs, and then work on the ultra rares when you're strong enough. The game rotates, right? We all know the raid rotates. I don't know how many raids they have developed, but I'm not even ready for Chocolate Flan to come back because my Lucia isn't built yet. I'm ready for the White Flan to come back because I did fairly well on that one. Yes, the stat stacking. You think the Augury Sword is better than the Ice Brand? I'm pretty sure the Ice Brand is actually better stats-wise in terms of damage, though, I think. I could be wrong. But I think Ice Brand is just slightly better than the Augury Sword. And we only have, so far, only have one. Well, no, we haven't had a chance to build the Ice Brand yet, do we? So. Hey, Andy, how you doing, buddy? No problem. I know everyone's busy farming. I wasn't even expecting to get too many people streaming, joining chat tonight because I thought everyone was just trying to trigger raid on their own. Any level, man. Like I can 2-man this. So if you came in, you'd just be chilling. You'd just be hanging out, and maybe you can actually use this opportunity to level up your units because I don't personally care what units you bring. Exactly, Go. There is currently no event, right? So yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. So unless they bring that to us sometime soon. Thank you, Alpha, by the way. We have to thank Ben for that. He's not here tonight. He's probably busy with his kids. Maybe he'll stop by later. He's Iron Rakshan, the one that Roxanne. He was the one that did the 120,000 Vizier summons. He recommended to me the stream beats. So what I did was I just recorded those on YouTube and then I edited so that it's running in a loop in the background. Because if you're running it off of YouTube, there will be ads, and then I don't want you guys to hear ads and stuff. It's kind of obnoxious, to be honest. So hopefully I'll get all of his songs, and then I'll have like a 5-hour long one. If I ever decide to move to Twitch or something, then I can go from there. So let's farm some platinum maces. I have not, Chung. I'm going to do it though. I'm thinking about maybe doing that because I could use some new vision cards, to be honest. Only cheapest thing to upgrade is Nagnarok. Yeah, it is. Nagnarok is super. It's like a freebie, right? Oh, nice. Yeah, I got my bell, by the way. He's wearing it. See, he's wearing the bell. And then I think I'm 6 shards away on the spenders account. Hey Ryan, how you doing? Are you the Ryan from the guild? Somebody's question mark. Hello, question mark with the bell. Obviously these two are gonna be, obviously Ryan and question mark are dolphins, right? So Ice Brand is so long term. Yeah, I can't wait to get an Ice Brand. I love Ice Brand. It looks badass too, doesn't it? Like the graphics on it is so cool. Oh, those of you who haven't seen my dog, this is Tater Tot. Hey, buddy. Say hi. Come on. Say hi. Hey. He's sleeping. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. He did really good with his surgery, so we're very happy. It only took like I think 3 days for him to recover, really. But the first night it was kind of rough for him though. He was like, I stayed up all night with him because he was whining. Password not working. Yeah, the password's not working because it's full. Don't worry, give me a second. I'll kick my main account out and then you can join. Because I'm not really hurting to get the Platinum Mace. I don't have Eldara. And even if I did get her, it would take me a long time to build her. Yeah, just give me a little bit, Andy. Let me remove myself. No, Ranty, we don't have an Ice Brand event. They don't even have one on Japan. Because I think they know how good Ice Brand is. So that's kind of like an in-game weapon, it seems like. So I think I'm going to build an iron armor. Because I know Cabbage talked about the iron stuff quite a bit. The Mythor stuff, iron stuff. There's no reason to ignore them. You know, especially if you can't jump. Especially if you can't do the UR raids, right? The raids have been very challenging, in my opinion, lately. Because now we're progressing to units that many of us don't have. Like water units and like you know, more premium units for that specific raid. Okay, Andy, get ready to join. I'm going to remove myself. It's 62367. 62367. All right, here we go. I'm going to leave. There you go. I'll give you a minute to try to join in. I agree. I think the shop is a good idea. So, yeah, I might look into that myself. Get the shop thing going. I see that my chat is showing. I think I need to remove that since I'm not streaming like the other way. I think the chat being in the front is I don't know if that's actually good. I guess it's good for me, I suppose, but if you're watching this on YouTube, obviously you are, but I don't think it's really that necessary. I was just playing around with it because I noticed that when people subscribe to the channel, it actually pops up now because I moved the subscribe notification to the front so I could see it, which is kind of neat. There you are, Doc Squared. All right, welcome. There we go. Yeah, maybe I should get the +3 stuff for 1,000 gems. Because I think my mistake is that I'm thinking too much about units. I really should need to buckle down on just building one unit at a time at this point. I don't think I need to think about building multiple units at once. But you know what though? When we get those new stones, then everyone can build tons of units at once. Because at that point, you don't no longer worry about the rainbows. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, the stream usually has a couple of second delay. But when you watch it, like it actually is in sync, because I think they time in accordance to the delay of sending the data or some shit. I don't know the specifics, but all my parameters are set up according to how people say it should be set up. So thanks for the run. Hey, no problem. Oh man, I don't want to butcher your name, Ryota. But that's a cool name though. You got a cool name. You know what? Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot to do in this game besides farming and then clearing harder content. So for streaming purposes, all I can really do is just kind of farm with you guys and hang out. So this is looking good. This needs a little build up. This one, by the way, costs Visiors if you're to get it from the shop. So ideally, your goal for these events is just try to hoard as many of those items as possible. Yes, don't do it, man. That's the biggest mistake you're gonna make in this game, is building too many at once. Especially building units. Okay, you don't want to, okay, here's the thing. You don't want to awaken units before you can limit break them. That should be the order. Like, I made that mistake. Do not awaken units if you are not ready to limit break them. It's better to sit on your resources and do nothing with it than to use it on a unit that you're not finishing building, because that unit is technically speaking useless. Oh, wait a second. I forgot Eldara Ryan. Well, Ryan is actually a good player because Ryan turned off his, what do you call that thing? Limit break. Because her limit break is not very good for multiplayer, by the way. It's really good for PvP and arena though. Well, here's the thing, right? I know what you do for a living because we had this conversation. So if you're a spender, which I'm not sure if you are or not, but if I was making your salary, I would not hesitate wailing on so hard on this game. I will wail the shit out of this game, to be honest. One day when I get there, I will wail out crazy on this game. I know Diggs is wailing out hard. I don't know why he's doing it, but I think he definitely wants a career in what he's doing. So, and I'm thinking the way he's looking at it is he's just investing, right? But right now, my money is invested in other things. So, I'm thinking about retirement. Unless you have a wife and kids, yes. Yes. But even then, I think if you make like crazy good money, wailing out isn't that bad. Like one of my friends, he is pretty much, I would say he's a millionaire now. I think he probably did it in like, I would say like 6-7 years he did it. So, and now all he does is he wants to make more money. We used to play games together all the time. But I'm pretty sure that if I had his salary, I'd be wailing out like hardcore, man. Nah, I'm not overestimating it. I mean, my fiance is a physician, so I kind of have a rough idea of what each physician makes in terms of what they do, right? You're depending on your specialization, obviously. But I have a pretty good general consensus of what people make. Obviously, where you live plays a bigger role, I understand that. But, you know, you still kind of give or take, right, of what's going on. Nah, I don't want to do that, man. Like, trust me, dude. I don't want to do that. I definitely don't want to do... I definitely do not want to be a nurse and a anesthetist. No way. I don't care how much they pay me. That is not my thing. Trust me. I'll be honest. I'd rather do this for a living, like what I'm doing now, because I don't have to worry about litigation. I don't have to worry about stupid shit. You know what I mean? Like, man, I do have to worry about litigation if I did something wrong on my end, but generally speaking, you don't have to. You're pretty much protected for the most part. But when you're working in the medical field, people they're out to try to get you, because you know you have to really make sure you don't make any mistakes. That's why when I work, it's like literally I'm just boom, buckled in, man. Honestly, I don't know if I really want to like go too deep in my career. Honestly, I don't. I think if I was to go to another country, maybe, but not in the United States. There's a lot more politics and things like that involved in the States. And sometimes that's I mean, ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be in the medical field, you know? But then once you grow older and you learn like the politics of things and the mechanics of things, especially in the United States, nah, I can't do it. Like money isn't everything. I mean, I know that's the saying people say, you need money. You don't need a lot of it, but you need money, right? So, but getting a humongous salary for the amount of work that you have to put in terms of risks, I'm just not seeing it, you know. But I think for me, like if I make 6 figures, I think affording $500 a month is reasonable for me. Like to whale out on this game, I think $500 is reasonable. And eventually I hope that would be my goal, because if I can make money off of what I do now, then I'm just gonna flip that into whaling out on the game, or whatever game I'll be playing in the future, right? You know, it really depends how long this game lasts. If this game lasts for a long time, then I'll definitely whale out on it eventually. But if it doesn't last, let's say 2 years, then I gotta think of something else to do. You know what I'm saying? I gotta think of other games to play. Oh yeah, traveling nurses, you can probably make 6 figures. But the amount of sacrifices you have to put in for that, though. I didn't want to do nursing for money. I'll be honest with you. I went to pharmacy school, by the way. I didn't want to be a pharmacist. You know, they offered me, like, at that time, they were like Walmarts and stuff. They were getting ready to offer us like BMWs as signing bonuses and $25,000 cash as signing bonuses and stuff like that when the country was very short on pharmacists. But I knew that's not something I wanted to do. I wanted to do something else with my life. And so for the longest time, I was on hiatus from actual education, so I just worked in restaurants. And now I actually have extensive knowledge of the restaurant business. Actually, I can open up my own business if I wanted to. You know, cooking food. And I think that's what I wanted to do. I'm not coy, definitely not. Those cars are not that good, to be honest. Like, they're not offering us anything new. There's nothing new about it, you know what I mean? And I just finished building my red chocobo. That was so obnoxious to build. Yeah, the new cars are not worth building in my opinion. I think, like you, I'll wait for Fenrir. I think I would definitely try to pursue that, at least get it to 2 stars. So that's something I definitely think about when the Fenrir comes out. And then Titan is a good card. Is it Titan? Yeah, Titan. Titan's a great card, actually. And I mean, like, honestly, I wouldn't mind getting the Mind Flayer, just for the, what do you call it, the Esper. Yeah, no problem, man. This is what we do here. We just hang out. I don't plan on streaming too long. I still have to actually cook in a little bit. My fiance is working tonight, so she will be back later. So I gotta make sure she gets some hot food when she gets home. So But I wasn't gonna do much tonight anyways. I was just gonna farm. There's no sports tonight, so I was just gonna farm. So I figured it was a great time to stream. It is, but you know, 10 grand is a lot investment for free to play. And a guaranteed card just means one copy, right? You still have to spend additional gems to buy the second copy. So I think eventually they're probably gonna give you the thing where you spend 10k gems and you get the first copy of the card, and then you get additional copy to give yourself a 1-star awakened card. Because you need 4 copies to make 2 stars. So that's pretty expensive. UR cards are not free to play friendly. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, the MR free card is actually really good. Actually, it's really good. Anybody want to join? If not, then I'm gonna lay my main account in. Oh, question mark left. Where are you going, question mark? Thank you, question mark, for playing. I'm guessing that's you, Al. You're question mark. All right, take care, man. If with coin exchange, that makes 2. Yes, coin exchange. I like the move, Mario, that they gave us that free MR card, because that's kind of like the crystal card that they sell for $8, and it stacks, so it's super nice. It's super nice, and you can max it out for free, right? Like, I didn't know about it until I watched Cabbage's video. He said that in Japan, when they released the Crystal Chronicles card, it was given to everyone for free, and you get to max it for free, which is like super dope. I mean, it's like right now we're at the point where beginners, they just join in, like Lord, if he's still here. You know, when he just joined, like he just started playing during the Final Fantasy Tactics 2, and all these free items and things like that, it really makes people catch up a little bit faster, you know. And ideally, that's a great way to do it. Like, companies who do things like that knows that they have a lot of solid people behind their marketing and their business department. They're doing a really good job. They're doing a really good job. I gotta commend them on that. I'm just hoping that they start changing up some of the people that are working on the raid department, though. All right, thanks, Bronte. You have a great day, man. I know you're beginning your day, so start your day strong, buddy. Thanks for coming. Take care. Like right now, I started playing Epic 7. And this is, I think, the 4th time I'm trying the game. And I decided I'm gonna actually buckle down and play the game. But they're giving out a lot of free items to beginner, because that game is 2 years old. But one thing I realized that still sucks in that game is the summoning rate. It still sucks really, really bad. It's so bad. Like, if you think 2% sucks in this game, you don't know what suck is until you play a Korean game. I don't know what the Koreans are thinking in terms of making such low percentages. It's like pull your hair out frustration. You save up for months and boom, you get the worst unit in the game. Okay, just imagine you getting the worst unit in the entire game, because those type of games do have legitimate tier lists. This game, I think, is a little bit arguable that, you know, every unit is useful, right? In somewhere. So you're not making mistakes if you build a unit that other people don't suggest you building, because you can use it somewhere. At least it'll be useful somewhere. But in that game, man, you're punished so hard if you don't get certain units. Like, you can go the cheap route and build like the lower rarity units, but it's not the same at all. It's definitely not the same in those type of games. So I played Epic 7, I beat the game, Okay, when you beat the game, they give you this one free summon to get a light or dark unit, which in that game is like the strongest units in the game, right? In this game, not always, right? Sometimes the other elements are just as good as the light and dark units in our game, but in that game, wow. And guess what I got? I got the worst unit in the entire game. After I beat the game and I did the summon, I got the worst unit in the entire game. Literally the worst. And I was just thinking, I don't know what to do about that. Like that's just a horrible feeling to have, that you did all this work and boom, you got the worst unit that nobody even builds. No one in the game builds this unit. So I thought to myself, maybe I should just, you know, quit and start over. Because if you start over, you get the same chance. Because every time you beat the game, you get that summon. But I'm thinking, that's a lot of hours synced. And it's just not worth it for me. But anyways, I still got some good units in that game. So I'll probably just stick with it and just play it really casually. I don't care too much about PvP or Guild Wars in that game. So I don't really participate in it right now. White Berry, very nice name. Who what? Who are we talking about? Are we doing an Abed and Costello routine? I could do that. Who's on first? Welcome, White. Or I should just call you Barry. Welcome, Barry, by the way. I don't believe we met. But you know, in this game, I don't feel bad at all. No matter what unit I pull, I don't ever feel bad. Like, I want to build eventually every single unit in this game. Oh, so you play, okay, you play Epic 7. I got, oh man, what's his name? He's a dark 4-star unit. I want to say Leo, is it Leo? He's like the bomber in the game. I checked the ratings. He's the worst. He's by far one of the worst, if not the worst unit. Out of all the 4 stars, Dark Leo is the worst unit, right? Durando. Balo. I'm using Naya for Ray. She's cool with his skill lowering Ifrit's SPR and some. Using my healer for dungeons and stuff like that. Yeah, dude. Naya is awesome. I love her a lot. Durando, Balo. Wait, what are you talking about, Alpha? Yeah, but he's a bomber, so, and his bombs doesn't even do that much damage. If you have immunity, his bomb is trash, right? I played so much Summoner Wars, I know it's all about the immunity. You got that right. You don't know how many times I've called IT myself. Hey Dan, how you doing? Well, I'm glad there's some Epic 7 players in the stream. Maybe you guys can help me out. I'm playing at a very snail's pace, okay? I know I've been playing games all my life, and I know that I dive heads deep into games when I first start, but I'm really hesitant in diving deep into that game, so I'm just going at a snail's pace. I'm doing okay though. Like, I know what I'm doing. Like, you know, I watch a lot of videos and things like that. Durando, Balo, are you wait, Alpha, are you talking about Epic 7 or are you talking about War of Visions? Because I don't know all the names of the units in War of the Visions. I only know a few. But I tell you though, on Epic 7, I got like a solid water squad, or I guess they call them ice units. I got like literally like super solid ice units. But that's all I got. I got nothing else. My dark units, my light units are all garbage. Actually, I do have, I think Mersa is her name. She's like that, she's the light thief. She's pretty good. Is it? I think it's a she. Hey, Clarama, welcome. Let's roll. Yeah, she's pretty good for, I think, Guild Wars or something. So I'm leveling her now. And I play Summoner's Wars, so I know the routine about increasing and things like that. Yes, but okay. No, I'm not ignoring you. I was actually talking about Epic 7. But yes, for War of Divisions, I want to eventually build every unit in the game. And now that they're changing the fact that all the lower rarity units uses different awakening materials, I will definitely be working hard to level up all the lower units. The lower rarity units. They're not lower units, they're lower rarity units. I want to like to play with all of them. I get a kick out of playing with different units and trying to figure out like cool combinations, right? Like I think for the Ifrit, the Ifrit by the way is pretty hard. Like you just simply can't do enough damage to him. Unless I'm assuming you have really strong water units. And you're pulling off chains. Because right now, all the magic dealers I have, they don't chain. Because they're using different elemental attacks. So I'm getting no chains. I might have to switch to slash attacks to get some chain damage in. But I don't know if that's going to match up against the magical damage. Because I just think you can't keep up with the extra 10% magic damage. Because you're doing 90% less, you're doing 90% of your normal attacks if you're slash attacks. So, and I only triggered raid to about level 20-ish. So I'm very lazy on it. Yeah, I know, White. It just got announced in Japan, so I don't think Global is going to be getting that anytime soon, right? I would say maybe Christmas if we're lucky. I'm thinking Thanksgiving would be a perfect time for them to give it to us, because then we can be very thankful. The other option is they'll do it at the 1 year mark. They want us to suffer for another 6 months and boom, give that to us at the 1 year mark. So right now, I'm not building any lower rarity units. I'm just waiting. What I'm doing is I get all my units that don't require rainbows to just before I do the rainbows. Damn, level 39? I'm having rough time at level 20s. So I don't think my team's gonna be good enough. I think I'm just gonna skip it altogether on this free-to-play account altogether. I'm just gonna say I got 1 rainbow already because I got lucky. I actually encountered one of those cactars. So apparently if you kill a cactar, which by the way is pretty hard, and mine was only a level 1, so I'm not sure if it's all level 1s or do they go up as well, but you get a nice chunk of those medals or whatever those things are called if you kill the cactar. And then at level 20 you get the extra bonus for the raid. So it looks like they added that. They didn't have that before. So I don't think I'm gonna get to the 60s or 70s like I normally do with this raid. If you guys think this raid is bad, wait till we get the 2-headed dragons. It goes up to level 10. Oh wow, yeah. So does that mean the damage goes up as well? Because right now it's doing 10k, like that's his skill, it does 10k. Is it gonna do 100k? Like overkill? Because 10k is already overkill, right? Nothing in this game can survive a 10k hit. That's obnoxious because they have so many hit points. What are we supposed to use against it? Because I try slash attacking it, I try magic, it just doesn't do enough damage. I just don't do enough damage to it. So if it goes up to level 10, which I assume you guys have already done, then you guys probably already have all the nice recipes from it. Lucia. Oh, there you go. Win unit, yep. Damn it, Lucia. Damn it, Lucia. I have Lucia, but I should. Damn it. It's so hard to work on Lucia, man. Even with the 40 shards they just gave us, still can't finish her. I try using my Sasha, but she doesn't do enough damage to it. I mean, I figured the jump is piercing, right? So, nope, still not enough damage. At level 90, I only got one Cactuar to spawn. Really? I got Cactuar, I think, on the fourth trigger, like before I even hit level 4 on Ifrit, I got one triggered. So I guess I got really lucky then. But now that I said it, weak to missile. Oh, it's weak to magic. Yeah, I was doing okay damage with magic attacks. I managed to down it with a bunch of holy attacks. I had to use one extra orb against it. So the first encounter, I was okay with it. But because of the fact that he has high jump, he can just jump on that platform and start shooting my guys down. But I managed to beat him with one extra orb, so I thought that was okay. But it was a nice boost. I think I got like 1,000 medals or something. So I got the rainbow. I bought one rainbow fragment of thought with that. All right, Alpha. Take care, man. I'll see you in the guild tomorrow. So I think I'm gonna go for the second rainbow fragment of thought, and then I'll just completely stop triggering the stupid raid. I just don't have units that can beat the raid. It's okay. I'm not worried about it. I think I am gonna try to build Lucia, man. I think I'm just gonna have to buckle down and build Lucia. She seems very useful in many encounters now. I definitely need another attacker, because I think that's my biggest problem right now, is I'm really lacking an extra attacker. I've been relying on Mediana and Mr. Sid, a Dark Slash team. I could. I do have a Dark Slash team, and I have Steel Time. So, maybe you're right. Is that what you're... No, are you using that yourself? No, you're not. You're using Rain. You're using a full fire team. Well, with Venerum. So... But Ifrit takes 10%... He's 10% strong against slash attacks. I know Cabbage said that, actually. He says people use Dark Team against him, but I found that to be odd, because he's not weak to Dark Slash. I guess because of the chains. Right, yeah, that's what we're talking about, right? Ifrit, right? So... But Ifrit is not weak to Dark Slash. That's what I'm saying. It is also very hard to chain with magical attackers, unless you have 4 reigns. I'm thinking people are using 4 reigns for this too. Can't be that hard to not use 4 reigns. Yeah, I do have on my spender account I can use Rain, you're right. I can probably just do that. I think I can just join other people's rooms with Rain or just keep looking for rooms that have that's looking for a rain. And that was the reason why I pushed rain so hard. I spent a lot of my rainbow medals from the my soul medals, and I bought the rest of the shards for my rain. So rain it's maxed out. I just need to work on his Crimson Saber, which just so happens you can actually max out right now because of the raid. So there you go, it works out. My laziness on the Porcelain Tower is paying off. I was really lazy to do the Porcelain Tower more than once. As much as I enjoyed the Porcelain Tower, I wasn't about to run it multiple times because I had a hard time with it. You're chaining because of that? I see. So steal time works on him. Yeah, so that's a good idea. I should just do that because I have my what's her name? Ziza. She can steal time. Wait, can she steal time? Yeah, she should be able to, yeah. I'll try that. I'll do it with rain, and then on my free-to-play, I'll just use Dark Slash. We'll see. It's still a lot of work because I mentioned it earlier in the stream that we have 5 maps to farm right now for recipes and materials, and then they threw a raid in with all that. So we got, technically speaking, 9 items to farm for. That's stupid. 9 items, folks. A lot of choices, I guess. I gotta finish the Coral Sword. That should be my #1 priority because the raid eventually will come back. The other ones, when they come back, I don't have to worry about them the second time. But the rating is endgame gear, so it might be a little bit harder to do for me anyways. I actually have Severo. Not fully built, but I tried him out. He's at level 80 and he just doesn't do enough damage. He's doing something like 700, 800 damage. I know, right? It's crazy, Mario. We have so many things to farm. But that's the beauty of this game. At least they give us really nice choices. Like if I have Aldera like Ryan does, I will be doing the hell out of some maces. And by the way, have you guys noticed that we have gotten 0 recipes for a mace? Or is it me? Like we've been here for like 30-40 minutes and we have gotten nothing. So maybe 1,000 gems is actually worth spending to get that +3 mace. For those of you that are looking for the +3 mace. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking second. I think their philosophy is you're not going to be building every single piece of equipment that comes out of the game. Like I don't have Eldira, so farming for the mace isn't a necessity. And then the spear is very expensive to craft. Yeah, this seems really bad. This platinum mace drop seems rigged, right? Is it me or does it seem that way? If they want the people with Eldiras to be consuming their time farming this stupid ass mace, or they want people to spend 1,000 gems. That's the only way I can see it. And then of course the claw is trash. So the only reason I'll be farming the spear would be for this wolf claws, wolf teeth. And then of course, if you're gonna farm the brutal mode, which I probably should do after if I get some damn recipes here, then I can farm the brutal for some smart coats. Yeah, the coral sword's drop rate is pretty good actually. I think the reason being is, can you imagine everybody with Orlando having to endure this platinum mace farm? They would rage quit. Or they will complain. They will probably send literally tens of thousands of emails to Gumi, and then those people will be upset because they have to sit there and endure all those emails. Yeah, that claw is for visual. If you're a collector, if you're an item collector in this game, yeah, you gotta get the claw because it looks sweet. Yeah, I made the mistake to try to build that piece of shit because I got Ziza and I was like, yeah, I gotta build this weapon. This weapon looks dope when I first started. I was like, and then people keep telling me that's a piece of shit, and I'm like, yeah, I concur. It's not very good. I missed out on the spear the first time, so I think next week I'll probably farm the spear a little bit. Oh my goodness, this is like 20 runs and we got no recipes for the platinum mace. You know what would be really cool is like if you can equip your unit that you put on your front page with the with the weapon, and then the animation will look really cool when you open, you know, when every time you log into the game, because then you can see your unit equipping the weapons. That would look pretty cool if they could do that. I wish they'd give us some new cool guns. The coral sword looks kind of weird to me. I saw somebody wield that today. It doesn't look very good. It looks weird. This is really not looking too good, folks. This recipe farming for this platinum mace. Yeah, Ravis looks pretty cool. She is a lighting unit. And she can equip that sword. Damn, she's so quick. She did a chain on her own. There's so much room for improvement in this game though, right? So at least that's a good thing. There's a lot of room for improvements. I seriously think they shadow nerfed the platinum mace, because last week when I was farming it, I think I got quite a few recipes. This week I've literally gotten 0. Yeah, Ravis does also looks pretty neat. I like her big shoulder pads. Some of you guys probably know I'm a huge sucker for shoulder armor. I hope they give us the ability to turn off animations in the multiplayer soon, because can you imagine how many times we have seen that Cosmo Plume? I would venture to say tens of thousands of times. Ravis's TMR is nice too. Let's see. She's an MR, right? So what does she have? Does she have a accessory or probably accessory? I want to say. I haven't even looked at hers. I noticed that a lot of people. What is that guy's name? The dude with the shorts. Combat shorts, man. Homeboys, rolling in some combat shorts. Oh, it's a sword? Yeah, that makes sense then. What's his name? Oh my god, I can't remember. The dude that's hanging out with Dario and Venera. I want to say his name is... Come on, what is his name? His accessory is really nice. Tyrell, that's right. Mr. Tyrell. Mr. Tyrell got a nice Trustmaster. The accessory that gives what, crit and accuracy? That's a really nice one. Why you do dirty to my boy? Mr. Tyrell with the battle shorts. Mr. Tyrell. Come on, man. Who goes to combat with shorts on? I mean, yeah, I get it. All these girls are naked, almost. I get all that, but that dude is rolling in some shorts. I mean, what's wrong with him? Why didn't he just wear full armor? I don't get it. Do we even have a unit in this game that's in full armor? Like, I want to see a unit that's in all decked out armor. Like, we can't even see their face. Can we get one of those units where we don't get to see their face, like all knighted up? Hell, even our ninjas don't have like cover. There's so much for ninjas. What kind of assassin don't cover their face? Well, actually, assassin's different, right? Because assassin, if they're killing you and you get to see their face, is not a big deal. But ninjas, they're usually not. They're just for killing. They're there for perhaps doing espionage, maybe some theft. So ideally, they should cover their face. We all know what Shadowlings looks like. If that bitch was put into a lineup, we can easily that. Yeah, that's that stupid ass ninja that tried to get into my house and steal my shit. Fuck that bitch, you know? Yeah, that's that ketone girl trying to steal my shit. That's that girl that tried to steal my ninja sword from my wall. I mean, they're so easy to get picked off. What kind of fucking ninja don't hide their face? I'm definitely reading in too much of this, but nevertheless, maybe they should give us something like costumes or skins or something, and then she will look like a real ninja instead of a girl with a satin / leather outfit, all sexy and shit, and then without their face covered. That ain't no ninja I ever got used to. In the 80s, when I grew up in the 80s, all the ninjas wore like the black outfit with the face masks. Durandal, you're right. You're absolutely right, Jesse. Durandal does have that ugly ass mask on. But I kind of wish Durandal was bigger. Or Durandal, sorry. I wish he was bigger, right? Doesn't he look huge and buff? But then when you actually see him in the game, he's all scrawny looking. Like, what kind of like intimidating look was he sporting? He should look like that giant looking thing, like this big dude right here. The big dudes we're fighting right now. He should be that size. He should be the size of these big ogre looking motherfuckers, like that size. Just this hulking beast with this giant battle axe, like an executioner would look. At that point, I would definitely build him. Like if Durandal was humongous, like a pickup truck huge, I would have built him just for the looks. Like the sheer size, the intimidation factor alone would make me want to build him. But he's so small. He looks like a little kid. Like he's the size of a kid. He's like the size of Eldaira. If you think about it, he's kind of like what's that actor's name? What's the actor name that played in Mad Max, the new one? Tom Hardy. He kind of reminds me of Tom Hardy, right? when you see him, he's supposed to be like this buff dude and everything like that, but he's actually not big at all. He's kind of short. He was only kind of buff in like Batman, where he played Bane. But y'all know Bane is humongous. He's a big dude, and they got Tom Hardy to play Bane, and he was not that big in that movie. He's just not a big dude. It's kind of remind me of Durando, Doritos. Tom Hardy's Bane, exactly. Tom Hardy, he's like a scrawny dude. If you ever seen his older videos of him, he is really scrawny. He was a model, right? And he got really big for Bane's role. But even then, even no matter how jacked he looked, he's still short. And he wasn't stocky looking. He would just cut. A big guy for you. I don't know what that means. You don't know how big I am, unless you can tell based on my chair. You don't know how much I weigh, dude. He's not a big guy. Nah, man. Tom Hardy is probably like my height. Prospectively, he is big, but Bane is like giant in Final Fantasy games. No, Tom Hardy wasn't that big. I think at most he was probably like 200 pounds. Because his frame doesn't hold that much muscles. Because if he was truly jacked, he would be like, what's that guy's name? Batista. Now that's someone that's big, right? Because his frame is there. You see Batista's shoulders? He can hold that amount of muscles, and it looks intimidating. A big guy. He's a Bane meme from Dark Knight Rises. My bad, dude. I thought you were saying I'm a scrawny guy. I mean, I'm not a huge dude per se, but I'm not a light guy. I'm actually pretty fat. I'm a fat dude. Big guy for you. Opening scene. Big guy for you. All right, my bad, guys. I apologize. My cultural references actually backfired on my ass. Just when I thought I was this movie buff, turns out I'm not a buff at all, right? Pun intended there. Real Bane in comic. Yeah, I mean, we all know how big Bane is in real life. That motherfucker is huge. Batista is a tank. Yes. Like, imagine if Doritos look like Batista's size in relative to how big I am, right? I'm about 5'8", something like that. Batista is fucking like, what, 6'3", 260 pounds of raw muscles? That's how big Doritos should be. Like, Doritos looks so intimidating every time you pull his ugly ass with the predator dreadlocks or whatever the hell that he's spoiling, and he got this giant battle axe, and then I saw him in combat. I was like, oh, come on, man, that's like a little teenager. That's a teenager in costumes. Maybe they'll buff him in the future in terms of animation. I'm hoping that will be the case. Actually, Batista would have made a good Bane if you think about it. He would have made a great Bane. Because the dialogue or the script doesn't really call for Bane to say anything extraordinary, right? In hindsight, Batista would have made a great Bane. You know who else would have made a great big ass Bane? Kane from WWE. Kane would have made a good Bane. Because wasn't he like Michael Myers or some shit, or Texas Chainsaw Leatherface or something in one of those movies? They should, in my opinion, they should also always go to. Yes, you're right. Zazan is like Zangief. He is. He's huge. Zazan does remind me of Zangief, right? He has the dead bear. It's maybe because the designers were paying homage to Zangief. Because, you know, Capcom is really huge in Japan. I love Capcom games. Yeah. This is... I know, I didn't feel... The Bane in Dark Knight Rises was definitely a questionable move in terms of casting. Okay, so this is something I've been wanting to talk about. Kevin Nash was Super Shredder. Yes, he was. By the way, my favorite wrestler of all time, Kevin Nash. By the way, I'm Nash. Remember, my name is Nash. Nash Taters. So here's the thing, right? Mario made a good point. Let fans make the movies. Back in the days, we're talking about the 90s, okay? And then later on, in the late 90s, in the early 2000s or whatever, there was the rumor about they're making G.I. Joe live action movie. And people are doing like casting in terms of what the fans wanted. And the one guy, I forgot his name. Let me think of this. Okay. There you go. Connect the dots, my man. So he's actually the commissioner in Dark Knight Rises. What's his name, guys? You gotta help me out here. What's the actor's name? His name is... Oh man, I'm blanking out, guys. I'm blanking out. Oh, for God's sakes, can we get one recipe so I can like stop running? Commissioner in Dark Knight Rises. If you guys can give me that name. Obviously, you guys can look it up because I don't have the ability to look it up right now without. Gary Oldman, yes, thank you. So Gary Oldman, thank you, folks. Gary Oldman was the one guy everybody and anybody wanted him to play Cobra Commander, okay? Because if you guys know G.I. Joe's background story, like from back in the days in the 80s and 90s when they did the comic books for Marvel, they actually showed sort of what Cobra Commander looked like without his mask. He had a ponytail, he always wore sunglasses. So technically speaking, they say it's a disguise. We don't really know what Cobra Commander looks like. But that was the disguise that he went with. And Gary Oldman will make the perfect Cobra Commander. Like, I mean, he played some villainous roles, right, in the past. He would have made the perfect Cobra Commander. And guess who they cast as dumbass to be Cobra Commander when they actually released the real G.I. Joe movie? I mean, obviously we know now. Yes, so yes, I agree with you, Mario. Let the fans cast the people that we think are going to be good at what they do. Now, personally, I thought The Rock played a really good Roblox. Okay, if I was to pick a Roblox, I would have picked him. I would pick The Rock. And then everyone else they did in terms of casting for the G.I. Joe movies, they all need to be fired. All those people who did the casting, they all need to be fired. Because they're a bunch of fucking morons. Hollywood are full of morons. That's all I can say about that. They do a terrible job in casting. I say roughly about 1% of the time they get it right. The other 99%, they don't get it right. They really need to fire and dismantle all of those agencies that do the castings. Like, I'm a huge G.I. Joe fan. I'm a humongous G.I. Joe fan. And that is one game I wish they made a perfect gacha game of. G.I. Joe. I will wail out so hard. I will sell all my G.I. Joe collectibles just to wail out on those games. That's how much I love G.I. Joe. And that's actually the project I'm working on right now. Like, I'm designing like the characters, their skill sets, and what they do if I was to create my own gacha game of G.I. Joe. Every day I brainstorm. When I'm sitting here farming every day, I brainstorm what I want to do for that game. Can you imagine, man? There are well over 500 to 600 different characters from the world of G.I. Joe. If a company was to do it right, they can make potentially hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars making that game. Yes, Snake Eyes was not bad, but the only problem was Snake Eyes was a little too short for my taste in that movie. They needed to cast somebody who is... First off, Snake Eyes is Caucasian, right? So I think ideally they should have really do a good background story on Snake Eyes. There was supposedly the next movie for G.I. Joe is Snake Eyes. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna fuck that up really hard too. Personally, I would much prefer to watch a movie that tells me the background story of Cobra Commander instead of Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes has been done to death. I would love to see a background story from Hollywood. Finally! See that? We finally got some fucking maces. Look at that. I would love to see Hollywood do the Mace. I would love to see Hollywood do Cobra Commander live action movie. And it's going to be very dark, right? Because we all know that is supposed to be very dark. And that is supposed to be very adult. Not your, you know, neighborhood G.I. Joe. Everybody wears fucking pink fucking combat shirts and neon green combat boots and shit like that, you know? That's when G.I. Joe officially died in the 90s, is when they started doing neon colors for the toys. Yeah, if you read the comic books, which I feel like it's canon, in my opinion. Canon is where the original Marvel storyline. That's canon for G.I. Joe. And Snake Eyes background story is all like fucked up, man. That guy went through a lot of stuff, a lot of pain. Which is why making him into a killing machine. Yes! The digital camera that I bought, please! Hollywood people, man, make it right, dude. Make good movies. Stop giving us this nonsense of shitty ass movies that they're putting out nowadays. Make a legitimate G.I. Joe movie. Or a legitimate gotcha G.I. Joe game. I would love to play a legitimate gotcha G.I. Joe game. Or Transformers. I don't think any company has done a good gotcha Transformers game yet. I've played every single one that has come out, and they're all garbage. Although there has been quite a few G.I. Joe games over the years. The first game I ever played of G.I. Joe was a really good game. It was like this card / combat game or something like that. It was done pretty good, except they started kind of like run out of materials, or they don't know what the fuck they were doing, and they ruined it, and then they closed down all the servers. It's a shame, man. They just need one of these really solid companies to pick it up. Definitely not Netmarble, because I think that's a shitty ass company. I can't stand Netmarble. I know I'm never going to get sponsored by them. In the future, if I ever hit like 5,000 subscribers or some shit, I know Netmarble is probably going to go back. I mean, they're probably spying on me right now. I know I'm never going to get sponsored by them, because I think they take nice products and then just fuck it all up. So if they ask me to do some kind of ad for them, I would say no, keep your money. I don't want to advertise for your shit. I would never, by the way, I would never sell out. That's one thing I refuse to do. Even if I make money from all that I do in the future, when companies want to sponsor me or whatever, I will not sell out and sponsor games that I don't play. That's for sure. I would never sit here and be like, check out Ray Legend. Well, actually, I never tried Shadow Legends, so I can't say, but I would never like sell out and be like, hey guys, check out Shadow Legends, because look at me, I'm downloading this game, it's so cool, look at this, I'm killing monsters with a badass character, and it's so good. I wouldn't do that. I would have to believe in the product in order for me to sponsor them. It's funny, because just like, literally like 2 months ago, I play Lego, I play the Lego game. And I know there's a lot of YouTubers all of a sudden, they are advertising the game. I know they sold out because I'm 100% sure people like them don't play those type of games. But as soon as somebody approaches them like, well, here's a couple of $100, would you advertise for us? Of course they would. They will sell out so fast. Fuck that, man. I would never sponsor a game that I don't think is a good product to try to sell to my subscribers / viewers, you know, because that doesn't make sense to me. That's like someone asking me to sell like tampons or something. Not that I'm sexist by any means, but imagine it's like having dudes sell tampons. How does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like, if it's not a product that I use, why would I endorse it? Maybe in 2023, Jesse. Maybe. We'll see what kind of games they bring out in the future. Now, I want to get your opinions on this. Are you guys going to be playing I'm butchering his name. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Genshin. Are you guys going to be playing that game that's coming out on the 28th, Genshin, which basically is a Zelda? I think I'm going to switch. I'm going to look for some brutal farms. I actually, technically speaking, do not need. I do not need the platinum. So if you guys want to farm some brutal, let's do it. If you guys want to farm brutal, let me know. Join in. Genshin Impact, yeah. I know a lot of people are playing on beta, or the Chinese servers. The game is pretty much Zelda, except it's a gacha game. So I don't see how I want to go and explore in an MMO once I get a 5-star unit. Like, to me, I'm not grasping. Oh my god, excuse me. I'm not grasping this concept that I'm supposed to summon for 5-star units, and then I gotta go and explore the MMO world like over and over using different units. What's the difference between that and World of Warcraft? Then, if you think about it, right? Like, you can level the different classes in World of Warcraft, and people will love that. But then I have to actually summon and hope I get these units in Genshin Impact. I'm not seeing it. Plus, I don't know how I'm gonna play it on my computer, like on emulator. It's humongous game. It's like 20 gigs. It's a 20 gig game. Everyone's jumping on that bandwagon, so I'm thinking to myself, do I want to be one of those guys where I'm trying to like jump on one of those games and then I have to cover that game in War of Divisions and stream that game and stream War of Divisions? No one wants to join the Brutal? Alright, then I'm opening up to the public if no one wants to join. We'll see. We'll see. Wait a second. I gotta switch that. I have the I got my Petrify Resistance one. I will do actually, you know what? I'll do that. And then I will do Alright, nobody wants to join. Okay, opening up to the public, then you guys can just watch me farm. Actually, what's my room setting? Anyways, I might have to shut it down soon anyways, I guess, because I gotta go make some food. Wait a second, can we beat the stage with this crew here? We're about to find out. If we don't, I'm gonna have to disband. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys have fun tonight. I usually like to stream because it's a great way for me to hang out, to be honest. And we're just gonna cut this stream short in about, I don't know, 10 minutes. Actually, no, this shouldn't be that hard. I forgot, this is the Iron Giant. You just have to kill these stupid cactuars. If I can one-shot them, then it's easy, yeah. It's pretty easy. Well, I hope you guys make some good choices in terms of what you guys are farming. And hopefully you guys, the drops are coming. And for those of you who are going hard on the raid, I wish you guys the best of luck for the next few days. And I think I'm gonna do my 4UR summons probably sometime this week. But again, the problem I'm going to run into is I have to do it on my phone. And it's people didn't like that when I did it last time because I had a hard time showing on the screen. So maybe what I'll do is I'll do it where I'll make my camera a lot bigger, just so people can see what I got. But it doesn't make for good content because it just looks so bad. The other option is I have to go get a software of some kind to mirror my phone onto the computer. I may just do that, we'll see. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. You know, I can always just summon it and then use the video to show what I actually got, right? Because there's no reason to lie about it. But I do hope I get 2 vision cards that I'm really hoping to get. I want to get Odin. I don't have that vision card on my spenders account, and I do not have Ramuh on my spenders account. Any of the other ones, I'm not really too big fan of, really. Like Twin-Headed Dragon, I don't really care too much about it, since I don't like Ray that much. The Diablos card will be okay too. And I think I will like the slashing card, the Screaming Echoes. Surprisingly, I do not have that card on my spenders account. I'm very unlucky with vision cards, by the way. I'm really lucky with the units. And so far, I've gotten every single unit that I want on my spenders account, but I just cannot seem to get vision cards. So, unless, Koi, this is for you, by the way, unless they bring us the opportunity to get the older vision cards guaranteed, right? I think the 6 months anniversary, you can buy the ticket to select a designated vision card. Like for sure you pick it. Also the unit of choice. I think I'm gonna go with, I'm pretty sure Eldyra won't be on that list. But if she is, it's probably gonna be between Kidofei or Eldyra for my unit selector ticket. I gotta pick one of those. I think I might be leaning towards Kidofei right now. So those are my things, because I have Ayaka and I'm not even building her, so. Did we just wipe everything? Yeah, this is pretty easy. The only thing is that Cactuar can still kill me. Probably could have used a caster in this run because the caster makes it a little bit faster. So yeah, I think that's it. I think you should go for Kidofei. Yeah, I think I should go for her too. Like, I really do enjoy Eldyra, but I still stick by my guns that I feel like she's not quote unquote necessary for me. Okay, me only, personally. I really enjoy Kidofei a lot more. I think Kidofei fits my playing style. She's a tank. I think it's fair to say that Kidofei is a tank. So, she's like a tank. She's basically a magic tank, right? Yeah, she's very annoying, and she kills units. She kills units, and she's a tank. So you can't go wrong with that choice. So unless I get her before that, I think Kidofei is going to be my #1 choice. Maybe I'll do a poll of some kind with the viewers. But yeah, that's my I think that's my my thing. This run is actually taking a very long time. I better get some smart codes out of this. You like how that's the first time I've done it? That's because I was too weak back in the days to get it done. Oh, look at that. I didn't get shit. Alright, last run and then we'll end the stream. But honestly, I think I'm done building units though. There's really not many units I need. I'm very content with my squad. I really enjoy Warrior of Light. I really enjoy Agrius. I really enjoy Delita. Mustadio. I really like Mustadio. Mustadio is very, very good unit. He's very good as support. He's really, really good at support. And he's very, very fast. Alright, so we got Rain in the mix. Hopefully we'll make this a faster run here. That's the wrong target. You're supposed to go after the Cactuars first. You don't want to eat some 1000 damage. But one thing about the Cactuars is that they're really stupid. They can't hit you unless they're on the same elevation as you. So that's something. Oh, look at that. My Epic 7 is telling me that I need to go collect something. Yeah, but the Cactuars are very dumb. They need to be in the same elevation and within range to be able to hit you. So that's why they're not very smart. Wow, that's blinding. I think this is a faster run. Let's get some AoEs in there to kill out those Cactuars. I think this specific map is where Orlando really shines. The Crush armors on the Cactuars, and then of course he's strong against the Iron Giant himself, or itself, whatever. Yeah, way to bring rain to a water unit. We'll just let the Orlandoos kill him. Alright, we're coming to a close. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll put out some more videos tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. So maybe I'll think of something in terms of maybe if I want to do the summons tomorrow, I'll work something out. If not, then I'll just go ahead and update, you know, what I got from the 4UR pool. But so I think starting tomorrow, I'm going to do the free-to-play account covering a subject, and then I'll do the Spinners account perhaps covering the same subject or something like that. Something of that nature. Moving forward, that's kind of like what I want to do moving forward. I think that's a great way to do different perspectives. This right here is really pretty. Like I really want to take all of the different espers and make that into my intro. I'm gonna have to work on that and then do that. I think that's an awesome intro to be working on. All right, folks, that's it. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you everybody for coming, and thank you for the support. Take care, guys.